What's up, guys? Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you guys our Week 8 team builder taking on Revan and the Green Bay Gallades. His team consists of Mew, Skarmory, Amoonguss, Darmanitan, Runerigus, Lanturn, Mega Audino, Darkrai, Kommo-o, Aurorus, and Dottler. Priority is in the Mew with Vacuum Wave and Sucker Punch, and Darkrai with Sucker Punch. Hazard setting, he's got the Mew with Rocks, Spikes, and Toxic Spikes, Skarmory with Rocks and Spikes, Runerigus with Rocks and Toxic Spikes, Kommo-o with Rocks, Aurorus with Rocks, and Dottler with Webs. So quite a lot of hazards, which is why we're bringing Quartz and Cinderace. Removal options, he's got the Mew with Defog and Skarmory with Defog, and then 4 times weaknesses, he's got the Kommo-o to Fairy, Aurorus to Steel and Fighting. So I should have most of that covered. I don't know that I necessarily have Fighting covered. I might not even have Steel covered, but we'll see what I have. I can't exactly remember what my team is. So I built this 2 days ago. This is the same week that I'm playing Savage. So I built for Revan the day after we beat Savage, and I'm recording this like 3 hours before we're supposed to play. So it should be a fun time. I'm not super thrilled about this one. I think he's got a lot of options. I think I've built an okay team, but it's not fantastic. Things that I'm worried about is the Darkrai. I don't really have like the best Darkrai answers in the game. I'm worried about the Mega Audino. I think it walls a lot of stuff on my team, and it could definitely be like a good Mega Gyarados answer. Mew, you never know what Mew's gonna do, right? So I just don't prep for Mew pretty much ever anymore, besides like running some sort of moves to be able to hit it decently well. Darmanitan is a problem. Hopefully Slowking can deal with it well enough. I'd imagine that he's just going to U-turn the first time instead of Flare Blitz, but you know, there you go. Amoonguss shouldn't be a problem. Lanturn, I don't know that Lanturn's coming, but it might. Kommo-o is a problem for sure if it's Clangorous. Excuse me. Clanging, no, Clangorous Soul Blaze? Whatever. It gets the Omni Boost move, right? So, yeah, that would be a bit of a yikes. Offensive Aurorus just tears through Tangrowth plus Slowking, so really have to be worried about that. And then Dottler, I think, is one thing that's probably just never coming. If I'm him, I'm never bringing Dottler because webs really screw me up if I core change them. Sorry, if they screw him up if I core change them, so things like that. I had a completely different Cinderace set, and then I changed it because I wanted core change, and so here we are. But I've got core change, Pyro Ball, Gunk Shot, and U-turn. So U-turn just gets me a little bit of momentum. Power Ball should do mostly okay damage to things. Worthy to note that Kommo-o is immune to Pyro Ball. And I had Zen Headbutt and I dropped it for core change. So yeah, Gunk Shot is there for the Mega Audino. Just running enough speed for Mew, which lets me be adamant. Excuse me. And then max attack adamant, a little bit of HP. Slowking is physically defensive for the Darmanitan and the Kommo-o. Both of them, it's worthwhile against both of them. Other physical attackers, I mean the Mew could be physically offensive as well, right? So that as well, I guess, in theory. Runerigus, but again, it's the same sort of thing where like I'm weak to Runerigus. So Psychic, Dragon Tail, Slack Off, Toxic. So Psychic just hits everything really, really hard except Darkrai, which might switch into this, I don't know. I do have Dragon Tail to get rid of Mew if it starts setting up, or like Skarmory if it starts setting up. Unfortunately, I can't haze like an Audino, but I do have Toxic to start wearing down some of those Pokemon like Lanturn and Audino. I think Lanturn would probably be the initial switch into Slowking if it's coming. Just physically defensive, like I said. Genesect, I'm running Chill Drive Genesect with Flash Cannon, Technoblast, Bug Buzz, Energy Ball. So I do have the Steel coverage for Aurorus, but Flash Cannon should break the Audino decently okay. It depends if I'm going to be able to get a special attack boost or not against it. Obviously, I'm not running any physical moves this time, and usually I have like at least one physical move to sort of abuse download, giving me a boost on either side. Chill Drive Technoblast helps me out against the Kommo-o, but there's no drive that does well against Lanturn. Like, Lanturn is the one Pokemon that kind of just like hard shuts down any Technoblast from Genesect because it's either immune to Douse or Shock, and it resists Burn or Chill. So I'm forced to hold a drive. I was like, I may as well use Technoblast since I'm forced to hold the drive. And it looks okay against Skarmory, Amoonguss, Komao, and Rodriguez, excuse me. I have Energy Ball there for the Lantern, which otherwise I don't know that I hit it well enough, which is why I'm running Energy Ball for it. Flash Cannon, Bug Buzz. Bug Buzz is for the Mew. And I'm running enough speed on Genesect for Darmanitan. I'm not going to necessarily be able to do that much damage to it. It should resist all 4 of my moves. Shockingly, considering they're all different typings, and I'm pretty sure those are all the different typings that fire resists, although fire might resist. Yeah, it resists itself, so that's the only other one. And fairy, actually, so 6 resistances. Wow, fire is really a good defensive typing, isn't it? Anywho, that's really besides the point. I'm outspeeding the Darm. If I can chip it or whatever, then, like, if I court change rocks back or whatever, then I'm in a good spot, but it's probably going to be scarfed anyways, so it's mostly irrelevant. Excuse me. It might be worth my time to drop Technoblast for extreme speed, and I'm not sure about that one, but yeah, we'll sort of have to see. Maybe a game time decision there. I talked about this already. Okay, Kecleon, Safety Goggles Kecleon with Recover, Rocks, Toxic Knockoff. So Mono Knockoff here is an interesting decision on my part, because it doesn't really handle Darkrai pretty much at all. But I wanted to make sure that I had Toxic, and I can be immune to Toxic, so I can like Toxic Mew and be immune to the Synchronize with Protean Kecleon. I have Safety Goggles to absorb Spore from Amoonguss, and then Recover just to recover, and Rocks because I want to get Rocks up. But I think I'm actually going to change Rocks to Drain Punch, and then I can still be a Darkrai answer. Yeah, I like that a lot. So we're specially defensive. And then Mega Gyarados, I'm running Mega Gyarados with Dragon Dance, Crunch, Sub, Earthquake. So just 2 attacks with DD Sub. If I can get the DD Sub off and he's not like Whirlwind Skarmory or something like that, or if Skarmory's out of the picture, then I should be in an okay spot here. Crunch plus EQ should handle a lot of things. The only thing it really doesn't deal with is the Mega Audino. I mean, it doesn't really kill Como either. So there's like some iffy things going on there, but I should be able to 2-shot things like Como, and like if I'm behind a sub, then I can't break it. So, or sorry, it'll have to break it to get to me. I'm running enough speed for Aurorus. So if it's max speed Aurorus, I'll outspeed it. That's pretty much it with the Gyarados there. And then last but not least is Mimikyu, which I'm running a lot of setup. Between these two, I didn't have a ton of options outside of this team. Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure about this matchup. We'll see. But I'm running a really interesting Mimikyu set here with SD Shadow Claw, player of Screech. I'm not entirely sure that I'm going to need to Sneak. So I'm not running Sneak, and instead I'm running Screech. And this is sort of to maximize my setup. Or I should say minimize my setup, maybe. As well, like I can either Swords Dance or I can Screech, or I can Swords Dance and then Screech, and then I'm essentially +4 while not needing to SD again, you know what I mean? So if I'm in a position where I need to lower the defense, if something's gonna like phase me or something like that, then Screech is better, right? So Screech I think is better against the Skarmory in particular, where I can lower the defense, and then if it wants to Whirlwind me out after I SD or whatever, then whatever comes in has a defense lowered Skarmory, or the Mega Audino, if it wants to just sit there, I can lower its defense over and over again, and then I probably don't even have to set up, and I can actually get like a solid hit off on it. Same with Mew. I think Screech offers a lot here that Shadow Snake, Shadow Snake doesn't really do anything for me besides pick off Darmanitan. So I didn't really feel like I needed anything else, honestly. Like player of Shadow Claw is enough to handle the rest of the team. Besides Skarmory, but Skarmory is always going to be a wall to Mimikyu. So there you have it. In terms of what I'm not bringing, I'm outspeeding the same thing that Genesis is, Darmanitan. Outspeeding Darmanitan with Mimikyu here. I'm not bringing Tangrowth. It's sort of iffy to me. Like it doesn't really do anything in this game. The only thing it really does is like sponge Lantern hits, but then he gets momentum pretty easily. So, excuse me, bleh kind of thing for Tangrowth. Garchomp, thought about it, didn't bring it. Skarmory plus my God No is enough to like tempt me away from Garchomp in this matchup, even though it's probably okay. Thundy T, the main reason I'm not bringing Thundy T is because of Lantern. I think Thundy T is actually pretty solid here. Maybe something to consider in a rematch. Hitmonchan, not the best. Not the best. Really just revenges Darkrai, so whatever. And then Aggron, I was looking at a set, and I couldn't get one that I liked, so I'm not bringing Aggron. And that is that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we'll see how this game goes, but I'll catch you guys for the match against Revan and the Green Bay Gallades.